Hey guys, it's me. So you might notice the different view, and today I'm going to try and do a little bit of a makeup tutorial and a bit of a Q&A. So first of all, I normally start with my primer, and I do have someone helping me today, so you may see a random hand. Thank you. My primer is the W7. It's this one, and most of the time I have to use my mouth to do my makeup stuff, especially if I'm having a bad day with my spasms. No. Or it'll just get chucked somewhere. That's it. And what I normally do is just put some on my cheeks and my forehead and my chin. Can you take this?
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
And then I just rub that in. Will you get my foundation, please?
Yeah.
And next I normally do my foundation, which is the Rimmel True Match, and I use the colour Rose Beige. And I normally just put that on a foundation brush that's not a normal foundation brush, probably, because I have to do things a bit differently. So this is the one that I use. I don't know where I got it from because I got it for a Christmas gift. And what I do is I normally put 2 pumps on to begin with, so that I literally don't get it everywhere, because it's always a challenge. I think you might have put a bit too much on that.
Oh, I put some pumps on.
2 pumps maybe might be too much, but it normally works.
Too generous pumps.
It feels weird doing this like this.
Does it?
And one of the first Q&A questions I got was, what type of CP do I have and how does it affect my daily life? And I have I will remember it, quadriplegic CP. I can't remember the full name for it right now, but basically it means that it affects all 4 of my limbs, and I also have very high dystonia, which is muscle tone, which basically causes my spasms and makes it difficult for me to do some things without a lot of help. So daily activities like getting dressed and preparing food and all those good things, I need a little bit of help with. But I have learned to do some things independently, like my makeup, which you'll be seeing, and using technology, which I'm pretty good at. So I would say, in comparison to some other types of CP, I am not that, well, some people would disagree, but I feel like I could be a lot worse and manage a lot less than what I do. So after my foundation, I have concealer. I think it's W7 again, and I apply that with just a normal beauty sponge or beauty blender. The trick is trying to do this when your hand is slippy. Got it. And most of my makeup I get from the beauty outlet at junction 32 because I get it cheap. And then I can pass it off to you.
Thank you.
I just, yeah, that one. And then I just rub it in with a beauty blender to make sure that I don't look patchy. And I probably just got some in my eye, but never mind. And next I use bronzer, and I think I use the Rimmel Natural Glow one. And I normally use like a big round brush for that because it's easier to blend. No.
Not that one.
No, wrong brush.
Wrong brush.
It's the one that's got loads of orange at the end of it.
Is it one of the mermaid ones?
Yeah. Yep.
Thank you.
This one. Can you move my bronzer over here? Thank you. So I just take quite a bit because I sometimes look like Casper the Friendly Ghost. And I just blow that off and tap it a bit. And then I kind of do a shape of a 3 on my face to just blend it out. And I normally only have 2 or 3 dips into my bronzer because otherwise I go orange. It's a fine line. And then I just blend it in my forehead so I don't have any marks. And as you can see, I have a mark right where my eyebrows are from where the brush originally went, so I just try and blend it out. And I have my stores on my forehead, which is fine because I can just And then my next step is blush. And blush is always a difficult one for me because if I'm having a bad spasm day, I always get too much on the brush. And then I look a bit like a clown for a bit. And a tip that I learned how to deal with that is to, if I put too much on, to use a beauty blender to blend it out a bit. So, can I have my brush, please? Yep, same brush. Will you open it?
Yes.
Yep.
I'll try. It's not designed for anybody to open easily. There you go. Okay.
Yep. So, try and get a bit on my brush. You should have seen me when I did it yesterday. It went horribly wrong. You were here.
Didn't go horribly wrong.
Yes, it kind of did.
Okay.
So, just a little bit. And it's weird how different this looks on camera than it does in real life.
Yes. Are you checking in the mirror as well?
Yep.
Good.
I recently got a new phone stand to try and do this on, and it's very weird to get used to it. Can you move that a bit? The brush is escaping me. So now that my blusher is done, I normally go on to my eyes and my eyeshadow.
It's my favourite bit.
So the first thing I do is put a base on, or eye primer, which basically helps the eyeshadow stick because it's difficult otherwise for me to manage to get a smooth enough layer on. Can you take the lid off, please, Kat? And this is also W7, surprisingly. And it's nearly empty, so a lot of the time I struggle with nearly empty products because it's harder for me to squeeze product out. But I manage and put myself in the eye in the process. Yep, just like that. And one of the next Q&A questions I got was, what's my least favourite and favourite part of my wheelchair? My least favourite part of my wheelchair is probably, well, the wheelchair right now that I've got is my cushion, because it doesn't suit me at all, and I'm due to get that changed next week. And my favourite part of my chair is probably the fact that it tips forward and backwards. It's a bit like a transformer. It's fun. And there's been many times where I've started to move my chair and tip forwards, and people have been really surprised. So now I've put a thin base on. I take my eyeshadow palette, and I tend to the brown one. I use this one, which is by Makeup Obsession, and it's called the Belle Jordan palette, which is my new favourite, or one of my new favourites. Can you open that, please? And these are more natural colours, so I prefer to use these. If you can see, right there. I prefer to use natural colours if I'm going for a basic look. So, eyeshadow brush, please.
I don't know which one that is. I'm going to bring you about something.
It's a grey handle. That's not it.
This one.
Yes. This one. So I just take this fluffy makeup brush that I got from some place called The Range, which we have in the UK, and I'm going to go in with a really neutral shade and just put that on my eyelids when I can not spot them. So now that's on, and I look a bit crazy because I went a bit too much on that, but it's fine.
Nice colour.
And that's a lot more red than I thought it was, but it's fine. Sometimes with eyeshadows I often think that it's one colour and then realise it's another, and then I just go with it. So that's what happens when I have a bit of a spasm when I'm doing my eyeshadow. And all I do is take my finger and just go along where it's gone over too much and just kind of rub it away a bit. Just so it doesn't look as crazy. Because as you could have saw, I looked a bit crazy a minute ago. So now I would normally go in with like a kind of glittery shade. So I just take a bit more of a glitter shade and just go over the first shade that I put down. It might be a bit hard to tell in camera, but I will try my best. The good thing about this palette is because it's pigmented, you don't need a lot of product, which is always good for me because when I have spasms, I tend to struggle to, like I am now, I would normally have control over my arms, and I don't right now, which is why my eye has gone crazy again. So just wipe away any of the excess so it doesn't look like I've been punched. And that is gonna be it for my eyeshadow today. I tend to go with my spasms when I'm doing my makeup because the worst thing that I can do is push myself to try and do a more complicated look when I'm having a bad day. So the next thing that I would do is the mascara, which this may look really, really fun because I haven't got control of my arm yet. So here it goes. And that normally happens. Put it in my hand again, please. But I normally just keep trying to have a go because the worst thing that I can do is not do it. This may be the day where I get mascara on my nose. But that's fine because it can be removed. Or under my eye, which also happens quite a lot. You like that?
Yeah, this is where I come in handy.
Yeah, this is where I get someone to wipe below my eye and above my eye to make sure that I don't look like that.
I love the colour that you've chosen for the eyeshadow today. It's really nice.
Thank you.
It's like daytime summary.
Yes. The next thing I will do is my highlight. So if you can pass me the fan brush and the circle, the gold circle.
Oh, circle.
It's like a dome shape.
Yes.
Yeah, this one. So I have no idea what I got it from a subscription box. This is how wonderful I am at remembering where I got my makeup from. So I just take my fan brush. This is the first time using a fan brush, so here goes nothing. So I normally try and just scatter it around my cheek a bit because I don't do highlight like everyone else because that is just boring. So if you can see that, I have made my cheeks shiny. And I think my next Q&A question was, what's the best snack? Which is completely the other end of the spectrum to what I was going for, but it's the one I can remember off the top of my head. And the best snack either has to be ice cream or crisps. For ice cream, cookie dough is like 100% the best. And any crisps, because they're easy. I'm just gonna...
What's the worst snack then?
Oh, the worst snack is definitely, well, I don't know, because I'm one of those people that think every food is yummy. But the worst, I would say anyone who like snacks on Sprouts is just not. Sprouts are the worst. So my highlight's done.
Excellent.
And my finishing touch is normally just lipstick. And I have an obsession with lipstick. So I have many, as many people will tell you. So can I have my I can't remember what it is. Rimmel. I think it's Rimmel. I think it's a nude.
Rimmel News.
It might be in the bag on the back of my chair because I had it yesterday.
Ah, right, okay.
Otherwise I'll have it in my hands and that would be terrible.
You've got a few to choose from.
Mhm.
Just in the main part of your bag.
I think it might be in one of the small pockets that I had yesterday.
I feel like I've gone through all of the pockets.
Maybe we won't go for that lipstick then.
Hang on, what's this one?
Yep, that's it. So,
Last pocket I looked in.
what's the brand? I can't actually remember what the brand is.
It's Rimmel.
Yeah.
You were correct.
I was correct. I think it's a Rimmel Kate Spade one.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and please tell me I didn't just get that on my nose. That's alright. It's fine. We can manage. And normally, if my spasms are bad like today, I just dab it on instead of trying to go for an outline. And then I rub my lips. Together. And same for the top lip. And yes, sometimes I do get it on my teeth, but it's no big deal. I'm sorry if my phone is causing motion sickness. It's attached to my chair, and my chair's a bit wobbly, so it goes up and down on this new stand. Oh, and yeah, she stabs his teeth. For the next video, if anyone has any questions that they'd want to ask or any makeup suggestion looks, just comment down below and I will give it a go. So now that my lipstick's done, my look is complete. I hope you've enjoyed this makeup tutorial / video thing. And yeah, comment down below any suggestions you may have about looks or questions you want me to answer, and I'll answer them in a next video. Thank you.